Hi, Chief, how are you?
Sure, sure.
Good, man. My name is Khumusa Mutlo. My question is, how much are you selling them for? And also, I mean, why did you choose that business model to sell them like that? Yeah, those are my question.
All right, cool stuff. Well, for these ones that like the one now, these are the power cases. So it's a case that charges your phone. So they're ranging from 390 all the way to 520. And then you have those external ones that range from 200 bucks to 400 bucks. And then the current business model that we decided to use is for the situation that we had right now, because it's not a permanent situation. What we're trying to do is getting it to the people. So we in the process right now of getting even actual stores involved, seeing that online sales are not quite a popular thing in our country.
Jabs, Jabulu at the back here.
Sure, 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 sure.
Sure. I don't know if I saw correctly, but it also looks like it's a case, a cover for a phone as well. So it doubles up as a charger and a cover.
Definitely so. So you have one
Genius.
that is like this, that is an open face, and then you have another one with a closed face. So simply, it's a cover that also charges your phone. So you have two in one.
Okay, hi, my name is Bongane. Okay, I'd like to find out in terms of warranty and guarantee. Let's say I'm using your battery, then it ruins my phone battery. Who's gonna take the liability? Is it you or my service provider? How do you work on that?
Well, we definitely take the liability. That's how much we've tried and done our research on the product. We know that that situation that doesn't happen. We also have a 1 year warranty to the product itself. Immediate replace. We don't ask questions as far as that's concerned.
You guys are voting, right? Remember, you just dial star 120 and you follow the prompts that come with that. It's from those SMSs that you received about the pitch, whatnot. The next person that we have up is Dumi from Modish. Is that correct? Modish I. Innovation, excuse us.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dumi. I'm from Audi Business Services. Audi means earth in the Swahili language. We are devoted to earth. We've got a brand called Modish Eye South Africa. Oftentimes, you walk into a store, you walk into Discam, you walk into Clicks, you walk into Pick and Pay, and naturally, what you see is, Maybelline, New York, Revlon, Paris, and etc. We've got a brand that is a personal care product. We manufacture body butters, body scrubs, body lotions, shower gels, which are natural. Our ingredients are derived from products you find in Africa. Our shea butter is from Ivory Coast, so is our coconut oil. Our olive oils are from South Africa. And our brand is actually not just Modish Eye, it's Modish Eye South Africa. Um, our brand was motivated by my personal story and my struggles with skincare, where I could never find anything that worked for me on from the commercial ranges and on the shelves. And I sort of engaged in a long research activity, and I came up with winning formulas that are working, that are nourishing our skin, because oftentimes we sold a lot of imports that are not necessarily adaptable for our skin. What we have done is we've taken advantage of the new trend in the industry, which is called cosmeto food, which creates a synergy between food and cosmetics, which is why our body butter is not just a body butter, it's called a body pudding, and it comes in different flavors. We've got the strawberry, we've got pomegranate, we've got blueberry, we've got a fragrance free for those with sinuses and can't handle smell and scent. Our shower gels are free of toxins, parabens, and unnatural foaming agents. Um, our value proposition is that we not only focus on skin care, like a lot of commercial products are, we focus on skin nutrition. in that we make sure that all the ingredients that we use are actually good for your skin and they hydrate your skin and they keep you moisturized for 24 hours. A lot of women are busy, with the hustle and bustle of urban life and can't afford to go to or don't always have the time to go to spas every week or every 2 weeks. And what we give you is a home spa treatment where every day when you use your personal care product, you're not just putting on moisturizer or you're not just taking a shower with shower gel because it's what you're supposed to do, it's routine.
Hi, I just wanted to know in terms of your manufacturing space and capacity, and where can I find the product?
Um, in terms of manufacturing, we do our manufacturing ourselves. It's all in-house. Our capacity isn't that great because we are a startup. But you can find our products. You can contact us through our website. Our e-commerce site is under construction currently, but I will leave you with my details, or you can go to www.rd.co.za. You'll find my email address there. You can drop me an email. Our Twitter handle is @modish07. You can follow us there, and we'll get in touch with you and deliver our stuff. Also, another thing is in terms of as a build-up for our launch, we have hampers going out for about 500 Rand. If you buy the whole range, we'll actually get you and your 5 friends together. We'll come to you and we'll do a free manicure for you.
Hi. So in terms of your pricing, how much are your products? Because I know a lot of these natural products and organic products are quite pricey. And also, what is your target market?
Okay. Our target market is basically it's your modern woman that's in the fast lane, chasing career, who's out there, who's we've pitched our products at a place we feel is relatively affordable for this woman who's sort of at the beginning and working her way up her corporate ladder or entrepreneurial ladder. Our prices are ranged between 85 Rand to 165. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. There's a question here.
Hi. Sorry, I'm not sure if I missed that bit of information, but you said you're manufacturing from home.
We've got a workshop that we've set up
At home. And
yeah.
are you legally approved, MCC and so forth?
Yes,
Okay.
we are. We comply with. There's a guideline set by CTFA, which is the Association for Cosmetics, and I've also been invited because I've been fighting with SAB so much because they actually, believe it or not, they don't have ISO standards for cosmetics yet. A lot of companies do their testing in-house or they outsource it, but through SABs there isn't any standards. But I am part of the committee and we're fighting the battle to actually get standards, ISO standards, for these sort of things.
Thank you. Guys, the pitching platform, the voting, it's *120, *268, *31 hash. Use your phones. Don't look blank. Vote. Are we clear on the voting process? I'm seeing black. Are we voting? Okay, who hasn't voted? Just by a show of hands, guys. Come on. Let's be honest here. It's okay. It's USSD code. It's like doing a *141 when you're looking for airtime. So it shouldn't be so hard. I just want to make sure that the guys that are pitching are getting a fair chance and they're all being voted for accordingly. So let's use the process because that's why we're introducing it. We want to leverage off technology. All right. The final pitch comes from Untireti from Corporate Youth. Please come up, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Winterete Musiani from Corporate Youth. On Twitter, at Musiani CEO. You can follow me now. I follow back. Uh, we develop tools and events for young entrepreneurs. We have workshops that we do in the small towns of this country, the Northwestern, Rustenburg, Mafikeng. But what I'm pitching to you guys today is our newest or our latest product, which is Shareholder. Shareholder is a board game that teaches youth and kids on how to invest in the stock market. So yeah, this is the box. It retails for $3.99. We launched it in the Schengen area, actually in Europe. We did sales in Germany and Italy. We did about 2,000 boxes there in 3 to 6 months. So we recently brought it to SA, and yeah, that's my pitch. We have a game called Shareholder that teaches kids on how to invest in stocks. I'm one guy who don't believes in overselling. So this is a fantastic product, and we have huge sales that push it.
Okay. I think one of the concerns is what are the functionalities if I'm going to invest this for my child or for my teenager? How is it going to help them? What is there that's going to really get them really to get whatever's happening in there?
Okay. The reason we developed the game is we stand for entrepreneurship, and we usually start pushing it from 18 upwards. But we thought that from your 3-year-olds to your 4-year-olds, they should start learning about actually buying stocks and building companies and building wealth. So the whole concept of the game, or the objective, is the player who has the most shares and has the most cash flow wins. Versus if you make bad decisions financially, you go bankrupt and you're out of the game. So that's what we teach with kids.
Good evening, sir. Sorry to derail a bit, but you mentioned something about events, right? I happened to be at UJ early this year, and then I saw something about the EIC conference of some sort. I would like to know, one, what is that? Two, with Dragons Den SA coming up, how is it any different from that? And then thirdly, how do I actually get an opportunity to come pitch if that is the case? Thanks.
Oh, the EIC Funding Expo, it's a funding expo that we host every year. We get investors from USA, Europe, and Asia. We had about 30 of them fly through this site, and then we had about 370 young people pitch for funding to them. So what happens is you pitch for funding and you get your yes or no right then. What we did is we had two in Cape Town the year before and the other year before, and then we had one in Soweto this year. So how you get involved is you buy tickets, and then it happens every year around March. The best case we've had there is we had someone actually get, I know you guys probably know him, you know, of Komotopo, where the guy with go-karts in Soweto. He actually got about 5.5 million from one of investors this year. So what you do is just we link you up with investors overseas with cash, and you do your pitching.
Hi, Bohake again. My question is, what's the success rate with the product you sold with overseas and whatever? And if you have made studies, and how is it different from like games like Monopoly? Because everybody's used to Monopoly. So have you done research on like how successful it is or whatever?
Yeah. In terms of us compared to Monopoly, everybody asks us this. We actually Monopoly on steroids. So this is better than Monopoly. In terms of overseas, we were testing out the market, and then I think 2,000 sales of a product of about 400. That's a successful case study to sort of look at. But the only challenge with it, that side, it was bought by university students, and this side is mostly bought by parents buying it for their kids. So we're still trying to balance that out a bit. I hope I answered your question.
So how would you convince me to buy your product? Because I could just easily go online, go on a YouTube tutorial if I have a question. If I need to, I don't know, whatever your game teaches, I can always go to YouTube and get a YouTube tutorial that is free. So why would I want to buy your board game versus doing that?
That's why we target the high school kids, because it's better to always learn in activity. So with YouTube, you'll be hearing them, but yeah, you get to practice and you get to make mistakes with play money. So that teaches you how you handle real cash. So I think the practical element of it, that's what's better than YouTube.
Thank you. I'm just going to remind you one more time to vote. It's star 120, star 268, star 31 hash. We need to appoint a winner at the end of the evening. So make sure that you vote for the person that you believe dropped it. And then we're also looking for feedback. We're going to do a quick 5-minute feedback on the elevator pitches. What do you think worked? What do you think sucked? What do you think we should improve upon? Five questions, people with feedback. Keep it short. Offense, where are you with the mic? Okay. Just keep your hands up so we can see you.
Oh,
Speak, my lady.
Hi. It's a comment about this guy's pitch. I think it's really great that he has invented a board game which is very educational. Unlike Diketo and everything, those are not educational. I know it's tradition, but we need to move on with the times. We need something that's going to educate us more business-wise and everything. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Okay. We're looking for feedback, overall feedback of the session around pitches. Yeah, right there.
Hi, Magical Mark. I was here 2 months ago. Bit of feedback just on the system that I find interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the reasons why people aren't using it as much as you think. Is this going to be used every month?
That's what we want to adopt.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Because what they could do is they could actually just save that in their address book so it's quicker to dial. And one of the things that I had spotted when I looked in the menu was there's an opportunity to read information about each person who pitches, but there's no contact details, which I don't think would be much of an effort to put in. So that's a little bit of feedback that I have just on the system.
Des, are you listening? So we've got our tech dev guys that deal with this stuff. I hope. Take notes.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Nombosa.
Please speak up.
Hi. My name is Nombosa. I actually like the pudding, and I think I might have clients for her. So
Hookups, right?
Hookup.
I'm loving it.
Okay, okay. Is it possible that for all the guys at pitches, whenever they come, they prepare sort of a profile for their companies? For instance, if I'm an investor, so tonight I come, then I get their profile, and I can go home and decide if I want to invest rather than getting back to them later. Is it possible that they can do that first?
Actually, we should make it available on the website. So let's make notes with that. I actually like that feedback. Thank you.
How's it labeled? Tabisa. Just that the guys over there are just a bit rowdy, bro. I think let's just keep it down a little bit.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only hard one because I wanted people out. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm COD. And he touched a bit on what I was going to say about contact details and all of that. I know not all of us are on the SMS system. I'm the guilty party because I didn't RSVP and all of that. But before, with the paper, we could see the spelling and everything correctly, so we could follow them and all of that. We don't have now that. So maybe that little board that's there, just flip it for the next page so we could get the name and in case we're not registered.
The name of?
The name of the company, the website, because as they're saying it, Augie, I know the other lady, the pudding lady, I don't know how to spell it.
Did you try the USSD code?
I didn't get the SMS, so I'm one of I'm one of many that didn't vote properly.
So that's what we are trying to implement. We need to make sure that people RSVP so that you can follow that process online on this USSD code. All the information is on there.
And
who has used it? Just so that we can get proper feedback. Are you getting all the information about the pitches? Are you? On the... Sorry? There's nothing on it.
What if the phones are dead though?
I'm lost. Sorry? Offensive. Please come up with the mic. I want to get feedback just from somebody. Yes, sir. Desmond, please take notes. This is important. Where are you? Des. Okay. They say he's behind me, so he's listening. Shoot.
It says it closed while the pitchers are doing their thing there. So we cannot vote for the last pitcher because it says already the access is denied, it's closed.
It says it's closed.
Yes.
Des, fix that. You heard, right? Okay. Got a gentleman over there. He says it's fine. They say it's not working. I take their side.
Okay. Tsepo Mletsane. I think what's important that you need to do is that next to Interes's name, put share builder so that there's a linkage, because sometimes you just end up with names you don't remember. Sometimes you get your 5 minutes late or something and you can't recall people's names.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think we get the gist of around the mobile voting platform. So that we're going to deal with it extensively. I think he's got stress. That's good. And therefore, he's going to fix it. 2 more so that we can move on to the next part of the program. Okay.
As the chief, I just would like to find out, is it possible when you're pitching to have a visual aspect in terms of having a PowerPoint presentation?
Elevator pitch.
Yeah.
You meet Patrice Motsepe in the lift.
Yeah.
In the lift.
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna take out the projector in the lift?
No.
The whole point of doing this, and this is why even with our keynote speakers, I think you might have realized if you've attended before, they don't come with presentations. It's about real communication between people. Yeah. The last one. Over there.
Hi, my name is Rob. I just want to extend the thanks for the excellent food and the photographs that were taken at the front.
Thank you, sir. Something fresh. They hook it up. Yeah, apparently it looks, the design looks pretty great too. I think that's the last one, and then we're going to cut off this part.
How's it? The blue carrot property guy, I think one thing he said was he's trying to move from the rich to the average guy, and I don't think we all have 2 million to buy a first property. So I think you need to look at who you're targeting, because I don't have 2 million and I'm looking to property. So you've just basically eliminated me as your client. The guy who did the cell phone, I don't know who he's collaborating with in terms of marketing, but if he needs some marketing, please talk to me. You've got a great product, and I feel like it's a need in the market right now. So please see me after this. Cool.
Boom. Yeah. All right. Just quickly, Spoo. What we are trying to do now is tell a story of some of the people that have benefited through the platform. And we've had a guy who's been with us from day one, well, by day one, I mean last year, during Global Entrepreneurship Week. He came onto the platform, he pitched his business when it was in its infancy stages, during Global Entrepreneurship Week, when we hosted the Festival of Entrepreneurship in Braamfontein. And he's never looked back ever since then. He's the sock guy. Come and just keep it short. You talk too much, you talk like me. Keep it short.
Access man, Mafit. Okay. Can I tell that? How are you guys? My name is Skinny Sbu for obvious reasons. But I know I'm more tall than skinny and more hot than skinny and tall. I am currently the only and the first black guy in the world to own a premium sock brand, meaning that when you go to China, England, Nigeria, I'm the only one. So what that means is that I am a symbol of hope to a number of young South Africans who want to venture into anything. I'm a case study to those young people who say, I'd like to have a Maybelline, I'd like to have a Revlon. We have a Skinny Sock story, a story of a guy who grew up in a 3-room shack and now is building an international sock brand. And we are in talks with people in Germany, with people in New York, with people in Nigeria who are hungry for our product. What the hookup dinner has done for me is that it took me from just a sock merchant who used to walk from Braamfontein to Bree and catch a taxi to Sandton to now delivering my product to Tim in Abu Dhabi. I got hooked up. a misconception to people who want to move from the office to opening their business. The biggest misconception is that you need money. You don't. I don't even have money even now. I drive a small scooter. I live, and stuff. But what we need is a support system, and the hookup dinner offers that. What Lebu often says is that the entrepreneurial journey is a very lonely one. It's a very sexy journey. It's very sexy, but it's lonely. What you need all the time is people to tell you that I'm going through the same thing. Actually, this is how I dealt with the problem. I'm gonna talk too much, but one thing I can tell you guys is that next week, Tuesday, on the 9th of September, it's my birthday, and on that same day, on that same day, something like 1,000 people in the world will be wearing a pair of Skinny Smooth socks. For the first time, I'm gonna have my name on my socks through the hookup dinner and you guys. Thank you.
I think what I think what we're trying to display just in a nutshell is that if you take up the opportunities that exist from getting an audience with people, something usually happens. Magic happens that we can't even explain ourselves. Something happens, media catches on, and just it spirals out of control. Utilize it as much as you can. The people that win pitches on the platform, we make sure that we expose them onto radio platforms as well as hook them up with whatever opportunities that are out there. What we are also trying to do is start engaging, like you'd have noticed, we engaged the Minister of Small Business. She came in and she was the keynote for last month. What we're trying to do, we're trying to open a channel of communication between the small startup community and government agencies that deal with business issues and business support issues. And that's what we're really trying to accomplish with this platform. Even in launching the Seed Capital project, of which SBU is a part of, as I see dope culture, that one, Christian culture. I see she's here too. Like, we've got a couple of entrepreneurs that we are putting through a Seed Capital project, which we've partnered with SAB Kickstart as well as Edge Growth. Those are the kind of programs where we're trying to walk with you the whole journey by partnering with people that already have programs that can enable you as an entrepreneur to move from day one all the way to success. So do jump in, do drop us emails, and if you think there's something that you require, you will notice that this platform will offer you quite a lot. Now, moving on to the next part of the program, it's what excites us, or it's what has brought us together more than anything. We call it the networking mixer. We're going to take 10 minutes and we're going to keep it strict on time, purely because we started pretty late today. The networking mixer, what it enables you to do is to meet 10 new people in the room. One of my biggest problems when I go to networking functions is that I walk out of there having known 2 or 3 new people. And it's this shy element thing. It's this thing where I look at people and then I will end up having a conversation with the person that I actually don't even want to talk to, but they were the easiest to talk to. Now here, what we are trying to accomplish is that in the time that you've come to spend here at the hookup dinner, get to meet 10 new people in a very short period of time. And after the official proceedings are over, now you are able to start speaking to the next person. If that person introduced themselves within the group and they happen to be in plumbing or in digital media or whatever that they do, it's an icebreaker. Now you are able to relate, you are able to start a conversation without having those jitters that we normally have. It's a pretty tough thing to network with new people. So pretty quickly, randomly, in groups of 10 all around the room, we're adults and therefore we can move fast. And I'm trusting that we can do that pretty well because we are tight on time. After 10 minutes, we're going to cut it off and we'll come back so that we can introduce our guest for tonight, who's going to deliver our keynote address. 10 minutes, groups of 10, we split up, we introduce each other for a minute each. If somebody goes over a minute, stop them because they're wasting your time. You came here to network, so make sure that you utilize it effectively. Groups of 10, let's move around the room. Groups of 10, break up. Not 2, not 3 people, groups of 10. It's group networking, a minute each. Let's move, guys, let's move. And make sure you mix with people that you did not come with so that it's effective for you. You must use this time effectively. Groups of 10, not individuals. Groups of 10. Groups. Stand up, guys. And if you came with these people, move away from them. New people, new people. You came here to hook up. New people. You came here to network. This is how you increase your sphere of influence, by getting to meet new people. So let's do it. Sure. Move, guys. Groups of 10. Groups of 10. I'm watching you guys. I'm watching you. Groups. Come on, let's listen, guys. Let's participate. Groups of 10. Groups. Hello. Groups. Very important. Otherwise, you limit your own networks. Groups of 10, guys. From net. Eva, launch kilo na for. Yes. No ring how to. No ring on to. No sharp. Push up. Yesterday we did the same thing. You put the same thing. Emon, facts. Yeah. You put the same thing. Why I create if it's in the right? Because one more toast. No, come. No, voting process is happening. No, it wasn't that. It's just that. Because if we tell them to vote by hand, then we're promoting. The only thing I got is that somebody said I'd rather be the way that you want to move but I didn't get but you can still use the voting system without getting the No, you can't. No, I told us. Okay, but you can get into the interface. Because I got into the interface. You can get into the interface. Yeah. Because we know that chick was giving me crack about that. You understand? So make it okay. No, we can't. We can't because then you pitching and you're gonna tell your friends don't to. It's just difficult when somebody says, "Here's my card. I've already received, but I don't have the SMS." Then they're saying, "But then how do I get to vote?" We must have a better vetting process at this because you know what needs to be done. No, exactly, and we know that. All we need to do is to get a computer to say, just give us your cell phone number, hopefully. Hence why I get it sometimes we need to get to a point where it's not about the name, it's about the SMS. Did you get the SMS? Yes, here's the SMS. Cool. If you haven't, you give us your number. Your number is your ID. Yes. You know why? Because I can forward the SMS to my friend, and meanwhile I haven't actually. Cool, which is fine. Yeah. Because if we don't have that, then we can log you in immediately. You can log in immediately. She was asking me what prizes do we want, and I'm like, business support. Yeah, not money. That's what I said. Okay, so she's giving five. Okay. We're left with 4 minutes. Move fast. We're left with 4 minutes, guys. And it's now 2 minutes. All right, that's a wrap. Let's take our seats, guys. We're done. We'll continue this after, please. Like we said, 10 minutes, right? It's up. Come back, guys. Come back. Let's take our seats. You good, bud? Let's take our seats, please, guys. Thank you. Oh, okay. So that I don't put you in the spotlight. Okay. Okay. I'll get to it. Yeah. All right, guys. Come back, come back, come back. We'll continue this networking part after. Let's take our seats, guys. The program is not over, I promise. Fancy. Fancy. Not. Let's take our seats, please. By the way, there's cupcakes at the back. Are you guys aware? There's dessert at the hookup dinner. Compliments of Kiki. Yeah, she's selling them for sale. Nothing for my ad. All right, guys, let's settle down, please. All right. How did you find that? Did you really like it? Where's my mic runner? I can't see him. Bernard disrupting us. Offense with the mic. We want to get feedback quickly. Where are you? Come on. Move. I just want to get a feel of what you thought of the networking mixer.
Hi, everybody. My name is Daniel Leshaba from Blue Motion Technology.
At the back, can we calm down, please? Please, we're back in the program. Please.
With the networking that I found out very interesting, and it opened up a lot of some of us because it's the first time we were here, so it made me feel at home. And I communicated with the guys, and they like what I was pitching because basically we do logo design, website, we do apps, we do.
We just wanted to know your feedback.
That's it. And a little bit of marketing, thanks. But it was great, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Entrepreneurs, forever selling. Yes, sir. Quick.
Hi there, my name is Prosper. Feedback is great. First time here, definitely not the last. And all I can say is that time is of the essence. So I guess that whole 1 minute thing that we did in the groups of 10, I don't know, maybe we can have that bell ringing thing so we can know what day moving. But everything is perfect. I like it. More to be added on.
Time, bro.
With the network session, it wouldn't be possible that whenever there's a network session, you get 10 investors. So during the network session, you split them. Because now what's happening is that, for instance, Stella and me, he's got his own company, I've got my own company. So when we network, he's selling me his company, I'm selling him my company. And the whole idea of networking is for me to get an investor. I'm not interested in what he's doing. I'm looking after my company. So is it possible that we get an investor so that, because, no, I understand why people say, because to be honest, as a startup company, your main concern is getting that investor. So if I come to you and say, I'm selling this to you, and you're also selling something to me. So if I buy, I'm not going to buy because I'm also looking for someone who's going to buy from me.
It's his feedback, guys. We've got to respect it. As keys.
Hi, everyone. My name is Fulu. Everyone knows someone. So, yeah, they might not buy today, but tomorrow, maybe someone else will buy. It's just a bit of feedback from an entrepreneur. I loved the networking session. It was very, very good. I'm just thinking within our group and whatnot, everyone worked very well within the 1 minute. And what I loved most, and these are learnings as an entrepreneur, is that a lot of times, within our group, there were people who were there were synergies. There were people, I'm in the education space. And then people were highlighting some of the things that they do. And within that session and whatnot, what I loved the most and whatnot, right? And yeah, I'm speaking to entrepreneurs here, is that a lot of times we get so caught up in competing with each other instead of creating a nice value chain. So I like that way. It's you do this, I do that. Yes, we could actually work together. So yeah, thank you so much.
Just two more. And then we're done.
Good evening. How are you doing? Are you guys well?
Good.
Kokets is my name. When I was standing there, I tried to speak to my brother. Then I said, "Can I have 30 seconds of your time?" He said he doesn't have. And I realized that in business we have a lot of time wasters, and I appreciate that, my brother. If you don't have the time for someone else because you are attending to something more important, as businesses, we tend to give people that are not deserving of our time, and it wastes our time in business. And I appreciate that lesson, and thank you.
Okay. Offensive move, dude. Got a final on offense.
Hi, Buhake again. I think I'm a popular person now. They're complaining. I think the 1 minute thingy, it's like eye-opening, because I thought, like, if we can sell ourselves in 140 characters or less and tweet it, and somebody catches our attention and retweet it, that's probably the way we need to go in selling ourselves, because nobody knows how to sell themselves in 1 minute. So that's probably my idea. Cool.
Cool stuff. As they say, less is more. And just so that I can explain for those that are here for the first time, the purpose of networking, especially at the hookup dinner. And it's built on the fact that we as a team amongst ourselves, I think we're the greatest example. And we've had a lot of learnings around that. And the slogan that we have, it's called Connect. So we're here to connect, first of all, right? And then we engage with each other. And then finally, and most importantly, we're here to contribute to each other's success. What that simply means is that the person that you're standing next to, that is next to you, if you look at them as just as an entrepreneur, then you're in trouble. But if you look at them as a person, and if you engage with them as a person, you don't know who their aunt or uncle is. It's that simple. We've learned so much amongst ourselves. I mean, I'll tell you about the hookup dinner team. There's about 14 to 15 of us, right, for the Joburg team. Summertime over here has given us business. I mean, our first corporate order, no, it wasn't our first corporate order, but one of our fancy corporate orders that we got from Deloitte was for the product that we manufacture, beanbags. Summertime has got a relationship with Deloitte, a much better relationship than we do. And they introduced us to the risk advisory unit, and we went there and designed a social space. We called it the I Lounge. The setup that you see within the space, that's exactly what we designed for Deloitte. And that gave us business. Why? Because we could relate. We both startups. They can't give us business. They still, like, you know, we both startups. They've got their own thing. You know the way my brother said that we're pitching to investors. It's not about pitching. It's about building a community. We're building a family. You know, like a church. On Sunday, we're there to hear a sermon and whatnot. And then the cell groups. The cell groups are about people getting to know each other and getting to expose each other to new networks. That's essentially what we are trying to create. There's a lot of entrepreneurs in South Africa, and there's this thing that is spoken out there that entrepreneurship is failing in South Africa and that there's no entrepreneurial activity. Actually, there's no coordinated effort, and that's what we are trying to do with the hookup dinner. We're trying to create a community where within these small networking sessions that we're doing, within these groups of 10, you'll be amazed at what you'll find. So let's make sure that we leverage off that. Without wasting too much time, I'm going to introduce our keynote speaker. I'm excited about this, actually. Her name is Mrs. Pilisiwe Twala Dao. Got that right. I always stutter around that. And she's the CEO of GEP. GEP stands for Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. You will notice what we are doing now in terms of our themes from month to month. What we wrote on the invitations was that we spoke about startup valuation. And what we wanted to really get the crux of this time was, as an entrepreneur or as a startup, how do you value your business? Like my business, if somebody comes to me and says they want to buy 10%, do I even know how much that is worth or what that is or what that looks like? And we quickly realized that we don't understand that. But as things would have it, when we engaged with Gauteng Enterprise Propeller for them to come in and give us a keynote, we realized that there's something missing within the value chain. The connect between the opportunities that this agency offers to entrepreneurs and the startup entrepreneurs that need it. Some of them are not even aware of these opportunities. So we decided, let's bring it back home. Let's get somebody who's in the driving seat of that organization to come and share with entrepreneurs, and let's see what else can come out of that. Can we give her a round of applause as she comes up, guys?
Good evening. Thanks, Lebo. Good evening, everybody. Lebo, how much time do I have? I'm more like Sibusiso. I can go on and on. Okay, great. Thank you very much. My name is PDC Wetwala, and I'm the CEO of the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. And the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller is an organ of state. It is a company whose shareholder is 100% government. But because government would only be able to do certain things, they wouldn't be able to buy assets that would never make it into the asset register. They wouldn't be able to take equity in certain businesses. They wouldn't be able to do this, that, and the other because government is a creature of statute and you have to apply every single rule of the game. That's why everything takes so long, because it is taxpayers' money that you're using. As such, there was a gap in the market where we said, why is it that you wind up with young entrepreneurs being people who are hungry because they can't get a job? They think, ngathengisa amalusinyana, and those people think that they are business people. Because you can be the best plumber in the world, but it doesn't necessarily make you an entrepreneur. And it doesn't make you necessarily interested in running the business. You just want to do that which you are good at, and that is being a plumber. So we then had to find a mechanism within which we could assist small, medium, and micro enterprises. And that's the reason how I then hooked up with our good fellows, the Hookup Dinner guys. In this relationship, we have realized that more often than not, as Wu said, you would have a good idea, you have the right money sometimes, but you don't have the right networks. Or you have the right idea, you don't know which doors to knock at. And that is usually the problem. And that is the gap that we have to bridge and try to find means of assisting startup businesses. You walked into a bank, there's no way that Masana is going to believe in you because you have an idea and this idea sounds brilliant, because to everybody, the idea is brilliant. I think my idea is the best idea that I have. And then people start asking you, like the questions that were asked about the property pitch. People asked questions about the property pitch, and I asked myself, okay, 2 million rand, you're going to buy property for us, you're going to build property, but you're also going to find the land and buy the land at 2 million, the land parcel costs you 1.8 million, you're left with 200, what's going to happen? So now this is what we then work with, to say, John, this idea is brilliant, but this idea is not going to happen. Now, let's work with that. That's the business development support that we would bring. This is the only organ of state that will take you. You've got your NEF, you've got IDC. This is the only organ of state or company owned by the state where we work with an idea. So you come with the idea and we say, let's work with this. If this idea is not going to work, we tell you upfront, perish the thought. It's not going to happen, right? So that you don't, the young fellow said, time is money. Don't waste your time on things that, and sending people on a wild goose chase. It's not going to happen. So we will then assist you with that. And the operative word is that we will assist you with, so that we do this with you, which is why for us, this platform is the best platform that could happen. More often than not, we are invited to come and speak to people who are the toy ticket people, to say, I will just toy to get this business, and they want a grant. We are in the business of selling money. If we're not selling money, we're selling value, to say, if we give you the support, what is in it for us? You will create the jobs, you will sustain your business will be afloat for the next 3 years, because if you're a startup or an SME, it's going to take you at least 3 to 5 years before you see light at the end of that tunnel. And that is the hand holding that we would then do. So in our non-financial support services, we would then assist you with your business plan, and we will assist you with a business plan because you need to have a bankable business plan, so that we are able to take that business plan to other people and knock at those doors. We are in the Enterprise Supply Development Program of the major banks. We are in the Supplier Development Program of the United Nations Development Program. We have signed agreement with Business Unity South Africa. and we have signed an agreement with the Black Business Council. So when we bring somebody and say, this person is manufacturing a battery cover that will charge your battery, and you are traveling and you have all these meetings and all you need to do is to just put this cover, we should know that this is going to work. So we will work with that. And in our non-financial support services, we will then offer you what we call marketing interventions. When we offer you the marketing interventions, let's say for argument's sake, you need to get yourself onto what happens all the time, New Age breakfast with SABC2, for argument's sake. And they say this is going to cost you 80,000 rand for that breakfast. But you need this. This is the best platform that would help for that particular thing that you want to market out there. We would go with you on an 80-20 split. We will give you 80% support on your marketing interventions, and you will pay 20% of that cost. So that's the kind of support, because we don't want you to get strangled going to Mashonisa and going to all these people that are going to donor you for all sorts of things, because they'll even say, okay, if you give me a share, I can do this and that. We are trying to get that, to bridge that gap in between. The 80-20 split is, again, terms and conditions apply. You need to show commitment. You need to show that you're going to be sustainable. You need to walk the talk with us. And I'll give you an example of somebody that we just had a very big problem with, so that it gives you a good idea of what it is we do not want. The startup comes to us. They are trying to break a market that we believe strongly is there's monopoly there, and it's the first time you have young people getting into that part of the oil, etc. They then ask us for support. We say to them, we will give you X amount of loan. They say, but we also want money for our own salary. And the salaries are like 40,000. Like, but if you're starting a business, you eat at your mom's place, they see you visiting like you cannot believe, because you don't have dinner, you don't have this, you're bumping a ride with your parents, because that's the resilience that you need when you're an entrepreneur. You can't be paying yourself a big salary from a loan of a startup business. It's not going to work. And because when we support you, we would never pay you. Let us suppose then we give you this loan and you need, it was a loan of 2.5 million. For our loans we have a fixed rate of 8% if it is a micro loan. Micro loan is anything between 350,000 and between 10,000 and 350,000. All our loans are short-term loans. First 2 months, we don't charge you interest. You need to get on your feet, and you need our support. So we don't charge that. Terms and conditions apply. You must be a registered tax, your tax clearance certificate must be there. You must have been in business or trying to get into business. You must be 51% Black owned, unless you are youth. If you are youth, all of that falls off, because our priority is that 40% of our business goes to youth, 30% to women. So if you are a woman and you are young, it works better for you. And 5% goes to people with disability. So if you are a woman, you are young, you are disabled, you get the full shebang, right? So that's how it works. Now, when we give that kind of loan of up to 350, it's fixed. So even if Jill Marcus does her khara, increases the repo rate, does this and that, it doesn't affect you. Our loans are 60 months, short term. If you go beyond 350 is what we call captive. And when you're on captive, it's anything from 351 with or 1 cent and up to 5 million. So we will give you that loan. But we will ask you for collateral. The kind of collateral we will ask you for cannot be your primary household. Of course, I think most of people are Mr. Salima apartment, so that doesn't apply. But if you were me and you were my age and you were coming for a loan, we would not take primary residence, because business is cutthroat like that. Things happen. things don't work out. Your kids are now in the street because we are coming to repossess. We don't do that kind of stuff. Things happen to us when we are still at college. I'm at university. I'm on a United Nations scholarship. Okay, I was on a United Nations scholarship, but there are scholarships where you pay back afterwards, right? So, and then you've taken, let's say you've taken a student loan from ABSA. Now you've finished school, you've got this thing over your neck, you're working, you don't pay, you wind up in the credit bureau. That is not our problem. We are not saying we want people to be truant like that. But if your circumstances, because people have different circumstances, things have happened, and they wind up with a judgment, all we require is for you to go and make arrangements with whoever you are owing. And we then get back and get that. However, if you are under debt counseling, the law doesn't allow us to work with you until you've finished that debt counseling. As we do all of this, we have given you the loan. At the back of that, what makes us different from the bank is that, first of all, our loan is prime when it's not micro. Anything is prime. At the back of that, all the marketing interventions would be there. And let me take Bula, for example. He is making his socks. He comes, he says, look, I need to buy equipment. Okay, I need some little bit of money, 350 or 200,000. We give him that loan of 200,000. And we say, but you need marketing intervention. You need to be statutorily compliant. So you need a system that is going to allow you to do your financials and all of that and all of that. Guess what? He doesn't have to pay that himself. We will support him with that. If he shows us the commitments that he has shown, he's running around, he's burning the midnight oil, we will assist him with that. If you are a business that is starting, for example, professionals, and here you are, you're getting into, you're a doctor, that's the easier one. Now that's, or a dentist for argument's sake, that machine of the and all of that, I mean, costs a lot of money. There is no way you're going to be able to buy that as a startup. We would then assist you to buy that machine and that equipment. And at the back of that, compulsory modules in our program is that we would make sure that you get into our mentorship program. You are on our supplier database so that anybody else that does business with government should be able to work with you. So that's what we do. But what is most exciting is take them, the guys that we're pitching today. Nobody does cosmetics using food and whatnot. I mean, I know when I was growing up, there was that cocoa butter that was there, right? But you don't have anybody, as the young lady explained, who does what she does. Or at best, the young gentleman of the cell phone that is charging. Or somebody that comes to us and says, I'm developing, let me give you an example because it's easier when you have example. We've got, the Innovation Hub is one of our sister companies. So you come with your innovation. We are business people. We will assist you with your business plan, how to run your business, how not to enter into a particular equity deal because the market is not looking good and those things. But we are not experts in that which you do, in property, in stock making, in cosmetics manufacturing, etc. We are not experts in that. So we will hook you up with the experts to do that. So if you are doing something like the ICT with that phone thing, we would then take you to the Innovation Hub. And we would pay the Innovation Hub for you to be there, have office space there, have mentors allocated to you until you exit the incubator. So that is what we call the incubation program. The incubation program is where somebody comes with something nobody else has done. We don't have a cell phone that is manufactured in South Africa right now. We've got a young fellow at the Innovation Hub that is doing that. As we were going along, traveling, seeing what's going on around, we came back and said, we want to change the rules of engagement. Do more applications than you are. Your pitch must be more to the application than it is on the phone. Because in the past, there were those big phones with the aerial, there was this and that. And look at BlackBerry today, they were saying, I mean, unless you carry a BlackBerry, it's going to switch off. and I'm one of those people, right? So my feelings are hurt, but because we saw what happened, Ericsson, BlackBerry, that is a cutthroat space, and we don't have enough support locally for us to be able to carry that business. So we said, do this, but we want to support you more on the applications. Now they are busy with the applications and they are developing the most amazing applications you can think of. They just won an award in a Paris enterprise exhibition because of the platforms on gaming and teaching young people their schooling and their life skills and everything using games. They got a contract with the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund on safety, and they have this game where the game will tell you what to do. They have a game that they are developing, teaching young people about the history of South Africa, and they have a game on the Rivonia child. So you play and you wind up at Lily's Leaf, and it says, yes, you got it there at Lily's Leaf, and then you play and it asks you, so did they find the gun? If you say yes, they found the gun, it says minus 20 points because the gun was not found. Did the Rivonia childists wind up at Robben Island? You say yes, it says boom, how many were they? You get the points, and that's how it goes. But you are learning in a way that makes you, that you like, because everybody now is technology oriented, they like that, and that's what we support people on. So in a nutshell, there is no idea that is too big or too small for us. When you don't have the business plan, we would then go to our own networks if it is something that is not in our space and it's something that we don't know how to work with. But we encourage young people to come to us. We have a team of investment analysts who will sit with you. And the trick is that when people come to GEP and I've been to these places, they want to see the CEO. And now, you see now, you're not going to find me. And then they say, this thing was a lie. But we do have investment analysts. We've got offices in all the regions. We've got 5 offices: Tshwane, Johannesburg, Sidibeng, Ekurhuleni, and Western, Krugersdorp. So if you need any support, that's where you can go to. If you don't get Joy there, please feel free to email me because there's an escalation process. The only trick with us, and I can warn you now, is that our processes take very long. Our processes take at least 4 weeks. So if you've got a deal that you are chasing, and you've been given a contract by the Department of Transport, because we've been donored before where we gave people a loan of 5 million, and we found that the purchase order was false, this was fraudulent, and this and that. We now have to go back and authenticate that which you give us. We never pay money directly to you. This is the catch. We will never give you the 5 million. We will always pay your suppliers. So we ask you to go and get the quotations, get your suppliers to give us the quotations, and then we will pay the supplier to save you from yourself so that you don't buy the X5. Okay, so that's basically what we do. And this is what happened with the young fellows. Unfortunately, they went to their supplier. They said, these people refused to give us money for salaries. Please load the quotation for the supplier with so much. Then, of course, as it will always happen, the chappies was no longer so sweet between them and the supplier. And the supplier came and rented on them. And now we've got the cops onto them and a warrant of arrest, which is something we don't want to happen because we really want to support young entrepreneurs. And with that, I mean, this is a summary of what we do. The detail, of course, you can check on our website, you can contact us, but we've hooked up with a hookup dinner. And I thought maybe I should leave this to the last bit to say, for those people that pitched, I don't know who won, right? But I know that you're working from home and you've got this space that you're working in. If your business is in Gauteng, we are making you the offer now that we will support you with your space. and we will support you with the equipment that you require from GEP. Okay. We would like to also offer the young gentlemen of the cell phone further research and development based on the questions that we asked, based on the issues about the competition that is coming and how he positions himself around that. And we will support that through the Innovation Hub, and we can do that. I'm not in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but from Thursday, there'll be somebody in my team that will contact you, and they would be able to support you and make sure that you are there. Okay. All right. There was also somebody else before the property guy. It was not you, my darling. There was somebody else before the property guy. I've done the hands, right? The cream, it was you, right? And then it was what? The shareholder game, I've already spoken to him. I've already spoken to him because fortunately for him, in my other life, I have a program that's called Global Partners Junior, which is a partnership between the office that I have in my other life with the mayor of New York's office on Global Partner Junior. It's for young kids ages 9 to 15. And we just sent through the kids that had done the entrepreneurial program. They went to do their pitch in New York, and they just came back last week Sunday. And we'd like to engage with you and see how that will work. So that's an offer for that guy. And finally, for our property guy, because we are not in the business of property, we don't have investment analysts in property. We will make sure that we get you somebody in property from the Gauteng Growth and Development Agency who will work with you and pull together your proposal such that that proposal is bankable enough for you to make money. Right now at face value, I don't see how you're going to make the money. But we do have partnership with many municipalities, with almost all the municipalities. And let's see what property arrangement we may have with them, just to start you up, even if it's just one property that would be able to kickstart that business. I'm making you that offer. Thank you very much.
We can't let you go yet. They always have questions. We're only going to take 4 guys in the interest of time, right? And then we'll wrap it up. Offense, where you at with your mic, buddy? The back, not
Good evening, ma'am. I'm still waiting for your email address.
Lebo will do that at the end. He'll show the numbers. But my email address is pili, P-I-L-I, @gep.co.za. Please don't do the .gov thing. As I said, we are our shareholder is government, but we are a standalone company. Thank you. It's Pili, P-I, P for Peter, I-L-I, @gep.co.za.
My name is Daniel, like I mentioned. Ma'am, what I want to ask is that you talked about one of your guys in the Innovation Hub that's working with app. There's an app that I've been researching about. If you can go to Soweto, you go to Sandton, you can see that our grandmothers, our sisters are suffering when buying Patco ticket. So we designing what we call a smart commuter. It's an app that I've been researching about it for about 6 months now. So I don't know if there's an opportunity, maybe that app can also maybe find its way to one of your apps that you're currently working with in the Innovation Hub.
So what we're going to do, for those that want to get in contact with the GEP, you'll drop us an email at thehookupdinner@gmail, and then we'll collect all your data, and we'll ship it off. That fair? Yeah, we're still taking the questions. Just So the people that are wanting to connect with the GEP directly will take all your details through the emails that you will be sending us. By now you have our contact details.
Hi, my name is Nicholas. I just wanted to find out if you engage people who support initiatives like that. I do SME training and development, and I work with entrepreneurs. Suppose I wanted to volunteer or assist or be available as a mentor or something. Is there a way that I could be engaged?
Hello. I'll look that way. Hi. Firstly, I would like to congratulate and commend you guys for the non-financial support that you provide to entrepreneurs, because I believe that is more crucial, than the financial support. And secondly, I wanted to find out, in terms of funding, do you only look at loan type funding, or do you do venture, like equity type funding, where you you fund and take like a percentage of the business? And also, if you do look at service type businesses, because you did say when you fund, you pay suppliers and things like that. But when someone like me, who runs like a a health and wellness type business, in terms of looking for funding, I will not be having like tangibles to be paying. So how do you work in a situation like that?
Hi, I just want to find out, suppose you have an ITC idea, but you don't have the technical skills to put it, to roll it out, but the idea is sound and is bankable. Is there any offer that you can make for someone like that to put together a business plan and get funding so that the right technical people can put it into place?
Okay, thank you very much. Just on the issue about volunteer, that would be very nice, because the business that you are in is our competitor, right? So if you want to volunteer as a mentor for our SMEs, we'd be glad to have that. And we have a service that is differentiated, because remember, because we are owned by government, we would still be governed by the PFMA in relation to you coming in as a service provider. So you would have to respond to tenders and whatnot. But if you come into our development program, like if all of you through hookup dinner wound up being our clients and getting one support or the other, and you were coming in to assist us in the mentorship, we would be very happy to have that. Because right now, Standard Bank and the Johannesburg Chamber of Commerce and Industry are the ones that are helping us with that mentorship program. So because we don't want, I'm going to use a very, and not such a good word, but we don't want to give you to palukas, for lack of a better term, to say somebody's mentoring you. They've never even been in business themselves, and they're trying to mentor you. Because what we learn at university and what happens on the ground, trust me, are two totally different things. It doesn't work like that. So we would be glad to have that. And on the issue of ICT, and you've got technology and you've got a brilliant idea, we would be happy to listen to it. And that's what we said, we would then take you to our innovation hub, so that the innovation hub can then support you, and we would be there with the financial backing, because they don't have that kind of money. So that is why we then have partnered with them to be able to roll out the things that they are best suited at, because they've got a whole database of ICT mentors, technology, innovation, a whole lot of things, and they've got the systems for that. So we would be able to take you there. But with your apps, I would urge you to do that as your business. Why do you want to give it to somebody else? It is yours. So you come to us, you engage with us, and we see how we get you onto that platform, and how we get you to the innovation hub, or wherever else if there is. But you don't want to take your idea and give it to somebody else. We're working right now on one of the deals that we think is our flagship deals, because we've never done it before. And somebody asked me about equity. Would we take equity or whatever? We're doing a deal with Y Taxi right now. young fellows getting into white taxi. We've been looking at the agreement with Antago, their agreement, and everything that they're doing. It's been hard. We've had to get lawyers because there's no way they would have been able to pay a lawyer. There is no way they would have had to pay a governance specialist. There is no way. This is not even the tangible stuff. It is just the governance model and the support for them to have a good equity deal. We don't know how to do that. And we have paid for that service for them to get the best deal yet. So we haven't done equity where we have actually packaged an equity deal. We have taken equity in a business where, and I'll give you an example. And there's a man that got a deal for a citrus farm in Winterfeld. The farm was 8 million. There is no way he can have 8 million, but he'd been working there, he knows everything, and they were giving him the first right of refusal for that. So we purchased the farm. And we said, this farm is now ours. You will have a shareholding in the farm, the 8 million. When you are on your feet, we're government, we don't want to be holding shares everywhere else. When you are on your feet, we will give you first right of refusal on the sale of the shares. Otherwise, you can then give them and open them up, and we will assist you with that. It's a citrus farm, it's in Winterfeld, it's beautiful, you love it. So those are the sorts of things. But if you're in the service industry, it's a little bit difficult because you've already bought all your beds and all I have to do is to sit there and listen to you telling me why I'm stressed and whatnot. So it's your own, it's you, it's your brain. It's how you talk to me to open up why I shouldn't throw in the towel and all of that, right? So what we would do is we would look at what it is you need. So if you need to pay some of the people that are there, we would pay your salaries only for your first month, right? We will pay your salaries for the first month because we don't want to pay out money for salaries for people who are starting out. It does usually become a problem. So for example, if you've got a security company and you have to employ 100 security guards, you don't have money to pay them at the end of the month because they haven't paid you there, right? So that's what we would then assist to pay that first salary. But the one thing that we are starting now, which was approved incidentally yesterday, is that there's been all this buzz that small enterprises are not paid on time by government, by other companies, and they are struggling. So we've packaged a product called invoice discounting. So we will discount that invoice because you need cash flow and we are still waiting for Lebu to pay you, and Lebu is only going to pay you next week, and you are going to lose out on a deal. We will discount that invoice. So we will pay you that which is owing you. Of course, at a fee, but at least it keeps you on your feet. So we are excited about it. We think it's going to help a lot of businesses. But if you need us, as I said, we now working with them. Even the offer that I made, it's what, let me not take the glory for that. Ne? Hookup dinner ne? Did that for the 4 people that got the freebie from GP. Hookup dinner is behind all of that. So let me not take the glory for that. But I do appreciate being invited here. I would love to come again, and I would love to see 1 billionaire so that when I've retired and I point there, somebody looking like a Mark Shuttleworth amongst you guys, I say, that one was at the first hookup dinner that I went to, and I'm the one that pledged the support. So I really would like to see that. But we can talk some more about yours because we do package certain deals as and when they go along, depending on what is happening there. Thank you very much.
Wow. We're thankful for that. Do we still need to give the 2,000, Madam? Well, our money guy feels that we shouldn't give it out. But I think because we've got to pay our bills, guys. The hookup dinner is powered by SAB Kickstart. And I'm going to announce the results for tonight for those who participated in the voting process. And just so that we all understand, if when you receive an invitation and you don't RSVP according to the process, you're not going to be able to participate within the voting portal, even if you get onto that. That's what was explained to me during the break. So it's that critical that you RSVP and you fill in the details as we require. It's just a quality control measure. All right. John received 24 votes. Tumi, Anang Tumi is what business? Modish I. She received 44 votes. And Jabula received 41 votes. Ontirete received 28 votes. I do know that we're all a technological generation and we can improve on this. Like there's about 250 of us in the room and there's less than 100 votes per person. It's weird, right? I think we can improve on that. And we have to adopt technology. So we're not gonna roll back and go back to paper. We're gonna continue implementing this until it works. And it's always difficult adopting a new way of things, but we're gonna continue with that. Guys, we're really grateful that you came through. And we'd just like to also reach out and share with you that during Global Entrepreneurship Week, we'll be having our second annual Festival of Entrepreneurship. We call it FOE. And we are inviting content partners. And some of you have reached out to us and have dropped us emails, and we've been working you into those plans. And we're inviting that if you feel like you've got a workshop that you can run during Global Entrepreneurship Week, drop us an email, engage us, and let's see where we can put you in. We do have some awesome partners on board, and it's an amazing thing. Pakiso next week will be going to Israel. God bless his soul. He's going to be hopefully launching the hookup dinner in Israel during the week of the 16th to the 20th, somewhere from the 16th to the 21st. Myself and Bernard will be going through to Rwanda for Get in the Ring. And this is an opportunity for us to explore an opportunity to launch the hookup dinner in Kenya and Zambia. That's what we'll be launching. In fact, we'll start with Kenya and then tap into Zambia after that. We did launch the hookup dinner after we had, on the 1st, which was last month, we launched in Gaborone. Well received, amazing. Entrepreneurs are hungry out there, and they're hungry for opportunity. They're hungry to connect with each other. So the big thing that we're really trying to accomplish with this, and why I'm sharing it with you, is that we're trying to create a pipeline and networks for across the continent as a whole, for our own community of entrepreneurs in South Africa. So that if you want to do something in Nigeria, for instance, you can connect with entrepreneurs who are affiliated to the hookup dinner over there, and it becomes easy for you to tap into that network. So do reach out, and when we say, or when we brag out there and say we're going to Kenya, reach out and say, I'd like to come along. How much does it cost, and what would it take for me to come along with you on that trip? Like, it really helps. For instance, when we went out to do an exploration in Botswana, we hired a combi and we went with a couple of entrepreneurs who are part of the hookup dinner community. And they discovered their own opportunities when they got there. It becomes easy because we're pulling resources together. It becomes cheaper when we're all traveling together. And it also becomes an adventure. There's amazing things happening out there. Come along for the ride and let's do great things together. Guys, would like to thank you. Thank you for coming through tonight. For those of you who are still trying to network, do your thing. But please, this time, this venue, open. They want us out. So let's make sure that we don't go over 11 o'clock. Let's wrap it up quickly, or take our conversations outside. And then food is still available at the back. It is, right? Not sold out, something fresh? Sold out. Oh, there's still a food available from Something Fresh. And then there's dessert, which is being sold by Keki at 20 rands. And we would like to have our name tags back. Why? Because we can't afford to buy new ones. And it is an exciting opportunity that we're going to be partnering with GEP. So we'll announce that as time goes on, and make sure that you plug in. Like, there's a whole lot of things that are happening out there. Share it with other people. Tell them about the hookup dinner. Let's make this community grow. Let's do amazing things together. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Let it go.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Lebo kind of forgot to mention who the winning pitch is, and no one said anything. So apparently, the winning pitch is Dumi for the evening. Is Dumi here? Is it Dumi? Dumi, is that you? Come, we've got a gift for you, darling. So I get you know what GP is already doing. So there's also this game board from the gentleman that actually pitched. He said he wants to give you the game board. And also you get to also go on to YFM next week, Saturday. And then they're gonna interview as well about your whole business and. All right, congratulations.